or another. But they form just part of our next guest's catalogue of hits with the all-conquering steps. She's back this Saturday night on ITV1, hitting the dance floor to recreate some of the dance crazes that have taken the nation by storm. Please welcome Claire Richards. I was completely mesmerised watching you on that. The height of your heels, Mrs. How high were your shoes?
They are far too high, and I will never, ever be wearing them ever again.
They looked great.
Yeah,
you look brilliant.
I was say, the height of that song as well, how high is that? And
yes,
that big,
very high.
fabulous belt voice, can I just say?
Thank you.
Fabulous voice.
So you must have been quite nervous about doing that, though, was it? Because you haven't... Have you not sang
That
for a
is
while?
the first time in, well, 6 years that I've sang on anything at all.
But you were fantastic. What a great voice you have.
Thank you. It was nerve-wracking, and the first time certainly on my own ever on TV.
Did they know? Did they know you were going to perform it?
Yes, they did. They did. I was kind of asked quite last minute, so I kind of texted everybody and said, I've been asked to do this show. Do you know, is it okay? And they were like, yeah, go for it. You'll be brilliant.
Oh, that's great.
So yeah.
And being a solo performer, is that the most frightening thing, really, without everybody around you? I mean, and that's an obvious question, but I'm not a singer, so I don't know.
It was for me, because it's not something that I'm used to at all, and I liked having the comfort of having kind of four people there to, you know, I'm not used to standing by myself at things, so it's kind of...
darling, it's wonderful.
Is it? I'm sure I'll get used to it.
So I'm sure. What's the premise of the show, then? Is it just celebrating all the sort of dance anthems? Because we saw there everyone was doing all the movements to tragedy.
Basically. There was 200 dancers behind everybody that was performing on the show. And then kind of the core dancers, few kind of nice boys behind me. And yeah, there's Jimmy Osmond did the Time Warp, and the Signature guys performed Thriller and stuff. So it's just all those, any kind of song that's got a dance routine that everybody gets.
Is this a one-off on a Saturday night?
Yeah, it's just one-off, Saturday night, ITV1.
This is what we want back on television, variety. How fantastic, isn't it, everybody? Brilliant.
Good entertainment.
Yeah.
So do you find coming back now, because you're obviously going to get very busy now, and you're busy, you had a baby not so long ago, and how are you finding that? Are you exhausted?
I'm not too bad.
He's absolutely yummy.
He is. He's a good boy, actually. He's really good. We've been quite lucky. He's not been, you know, too bad on his sleep and stuff. So we've been quite lucky. He's lovely.
So is he already then? You know that mummy's a pop star, because obviously he's never seen you working before.
No, he doesn't. I think he's seen me on TV a couple of times, and apparently he sits there and kind of points and says "mama," but he was there at the recording, and he was watching it on the monitor with my other half, and he kind of kept looking over his shoulder. He's like, Mummy's there, but she's on there as well.
Coming out of the bar. And I have to say, although, you know, it did look really fabulous, that little clip that we saw, I personally am, a little bit gutted that actually you've missed out one of our all-time favourites on that show.
Really?
So I know there were 200 dancers there. We were slightly restricted, but we've done our own version of one of our favourites. Have a little look.
You would have stolen the show, though, from the rest of us.
I know the difference. No, you're getting married at the end. Is it the end of this year? The end of next year?
November.
Wow.
Yes,
How's all that
so
going?
I'm in full kind of wedding bridezilla fever at the moment.
Well, you're looking great. Have you lost loads of weight recently?
I've lost 4 stone so far this year.
Good for you.
I know.
Brilliant.
I've still got a bit to go.
Are you starving?
Yeah, I've been starving for months. No, it's not been too bad. I've tried to do it really sensibly, just loads and loads of exercise, and just compared to what I was eating, it's, you know, anybody would lose weight.
How did it happen? I mean, was it something that just kind of gradually crept up? One day you looked in the mirror and thought, how did this happen? I didn't used to look like this. Or did you know that you were getting larger?
I don't think I realised that I was as big as I was. I think it was quite slow, and initially it was like, oh, you know, I'm not a 12 anymore.
It's not so bad.
But I started to put it on before I even got pregnant, so...
Is this because you stopped with the group and then you just kind of relaxed?
Completely. Since I left school at 17, I was in one kind of group or another and grew up. That was all I did,
being
really.
thin and being in a
Yeah,
band.
and I always had to be thin. I was told to lose weight at the audition for Steps. So it was always in my mind. So I'd spent so many years, you know, doing silly things to lose weight or stay thin. And when it ended, I literally, you know, kind of went home, turned on my TV and sat there for 5 years.
And you thought, stuff them, I'm going to eat everything I can get in my mouth.
I did. And it's, you know, I didn't get to a point and think, oh, how did I get this big? I knew exactly why, but I don't think I realised how big I was.
Yeah.
And do you think you're sort of enjoying yourself more now? Because obviously, you know, you're looking to relaunch yourself in a more of a solo capacity. You're looking absolutely fabulous. You're doing it in a sensible way, not doing it in a silly way, like you said before. Do you think you're appreciating it all a little bit more now?
Definitely. You know, I'm bigger now than I ever was in my Steps days, but I feel great. I feel, you know, my figures... I've got a body shape that I never had at my thinnest. I was thin, but I never had any tone or definition because I wasn't a gym bunny.
Yeah.
But I've definitely, you know, feel much more comfortable in my skin and in my clothes. And yeah.
Well, Claire, you look absolutely beautiful, and it's lovely to see you out and about and back
I'm
again.
so excited. I'm watching you for years.
It's tomorrow night. It's on TV. It's Everybody Dance. ITV1. We'll all be watching, despite the fact that the British song and our performance won't be on. It's Claire Richards, everyone. Right. Sadly, that is all we have time for today, and.